Most young footballers never reach their full potential because they never actually play in their real position. Think about it. You probably didn't even choose for yourself what position to play. One day, a coach just decided for you. Maybe you were 10 years old. You were too young to have an opinion, so you just accepted it. And now, years later, you're still playing that same position just because that's what you've always done. But listen, you might be in completely the wrong position. And that could be the reason you feel like you're not improving, like you're always struggling. Now, forget your actual position, because in this video, I will teach you how to actually identify the position that matches everything. Your body type, your natural abilities, your instincts, your playing style, your mental strengths, and I won't give you some surface level advice like if you're fast, play on the wing, or if you're tall, play center back. That's the kind of generic thinking that puts players in the wrong positions in the first place. I'm going to give you real analysis to help you understand your root position, the position where all of your natural characteristics align, where you can play with flow instead of constantly fighting against your own nature. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you should be playing. Let's get into it. First of all, you should start by reverse engineering yourself. And if you've watched my other videos, you know I talk about reverse engineering a lot, but let me explain exactly what it means in this context. Reverse engineering is the process of looking at the end result and working backwards to understand how it was built. In football terms, it means looking at who you are now as a player and tracing back to your earliest instincts, your purest reactions to the game, before any coach told you what to do or where to play. This is crucial because your childhood instincts reveal your natural position better than any physical test or tactical analysis ever could. So here's what I want you to do. Close your eyes for a moment and think back to when you were a child, before you had a position, before you understood formations or tactics. What did you naturally gravitate toward? Did you want to go in goal? Did the idea of diving to catch the ball with your hands excite you? Did you enjoy being the last line, the person everyone depended on when everything else failed? If that was you, there's something in your nature that craves that pressure, that one-on-one mental battle, that role of being the guardian. That's instinct. Or were you the kid who loved to tackle? Did you get excited when someone was dribbling towards you because it meant you could win the ball back? Did you naturally position yourself between the ball and the goal without anyone telling you to? If so, your instincts were telling you something. You're built for defending, not because you're slow or too big to attack, but because your brain finds fulfillment in the defensive side of the game. Maybe you were different. Maybe you were the kid who always wanted the ball at your feet in the middle of everything. You didn't want to be stuck on the wing. You didn't want to wait up front for passes. You wanted to be involved in every play, connecting everything, seeing the whole field. You'd drop deep to get the ball if your teammates weren't giving it to you. That's a midfielder's instinct. That need to be central to control the rhythm, to connect defense to attack. You can't teach that. Either you crave that responsibility or you don't. These instincts don't lie. Your natural inclinations were revealing your root position, but most players ignore these instincts because a coach said, you're tall, play center back, or you're fast, play on the wing, and over time, you convinced yourself that's who you are. You'll never reach your full potential in a position that doesn't fulfill you. Imagine if Messi had played as a fullback his entire career. Could he have done it? Probably. He might have even been good at it, but would he have become one of the greatest players of all time? Absolutely not. Because the fullback doesn't align with his instincts, his natural positioning, his need to be central and create. Messi belongs in that false nine, attacking midfielder, inside forward area. That's where his instincts, his body type, his decision making, his dribbling style, everything comes together perfectly. That's his root position. And you could see it even in the clips as a kid. He would be at the center of every play. Now, there are players who can perform in different positions. Look at Valverde or Camavinga. He can play as a central midfielder and sometimes even right back. But watch him closely. No matter where he's positioned on the team sheet, he always fulfills his needs in one specific area of the pitch. His instinct is box-to-box midfielder. You can move these players around tactically, but they will still play in their natural way. Now, I know not everybody had the luck to play a lot of football as kids. Maybe you started late, maybe you didn't have access to pickup games or street football, maybe your early football memories are just structured team practices where you were told exactly where to stand. That's fine, because I'm going to give you practical discovery methods that you can use right now to identify your real position. Method 1, play multiple positions intentionally in small-sided games. This is the most powerful technique you can use, and it's accessible to almost everyone. Small-sided games are perfect for position discovery because they force constant position rotation. There are no fixed positions in these games. One moment you're defending, the next you're attacking, then you're in the middle linking play. This fluidity is exactly what you need. Here's what you do. Find pickup games, futsal sessions, or small-sided training games, and instead of just playing, be intentional about experimenting with different roles. One game, focus on defending, position yourself deeper, make it your priority to win the ball back, to stop attacks, to be the first line of defense. See how it feels. Do you enjoy the challenge of reading attacks? Do you find it easy for your physical abilities? Or does it feel like you're never comfortable? Next game, play as a creator in the middle. Drop deep to receive the ball. Try to be the connection point between defense and attack. Focus on making passes. Another game, push high as a forward. Focus on getting in goal scoring positions. Try also playing wide. The beauty of small-sided games is that they force you to experience all of these roles organically. You can't hide in one position because the game demands constant adaptation. Pay attention to your sensations during and after these games. And just as importantly, which roles felt like you were forcing yourself. Your body and mind are giving you feedback. Listen to it. But why small-sided games work for this better than 11v11. In 11v11, positions are too defined. If you're playing right back, you're stuck there for 90 minutes. You can't experiment. You can't feel what it's like to be a striker or a midfielder. But in 5v5, positions are fluid. You might defend a counterattack, then immediately be the one making a forward run. You might start a play deep, then finish it in the box. The game forces you to experience multiple roles in a single session. And because small-sided games are less formal than team matches, there's less pressure. You can experiment without feeling like you're letting your team down. You can try being aggressive in attack, even if you're normally defensive. You can drop deeper, even if you usually play forward. As you play these games in different roles, pay attention to this thing. When the game gets very chaotic and positions break down completely, where do you instinctively position yourself? Your instincts won't lie when they're given the freedom to express themselves. Now, the second technique is properly activating flow state. And this might be the most powerful method for discovering your true position, because flow state reveals who you authentically are as a player when all the mental noise disappears. Here's something incredible. Japanese neurologists performed MRI scans on Neymar's brain while he played football and compared it to amateur players and other professionals. What they found was shocking. Most players showed massive activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for conscious thinking and decision making. But Neymar's brain was almost silent. This is flow state. His body was moving effortlessly, instinctively, without conscious thought, and in this state, his natural positioning, his movement patterns, his decision making, everything was purely instinctive. This is why flow state is the ultimate position discovery tool. When you're in flow, you can't fake who you are as a player. Your conscious mind steps back and your instincts take full control. You naturally move to the areas of the pitch where you feel most comfortable. You make the decisions that come most naturally to your brain and body. If you're playing in the wrong position, you'll never consistently enter flow there. Your brain knows something's off. But when you're in your root position, flow comes naturally and frequently. To trigger flow, you need the right balance between challenge and skill level. Your skills could be lower if you play in an unnatural position. You could try different positions and then see which one activates flow easily. But when the challenge matches your skill level perfectly, that's when most players today can't access flow state because their brains are in the wrong position. Before you can use flow to discover your position, you need to prepare your brain to actually enter flow. First, reduce overstimulation. Cut back drastically on short-form content. I don't care if you tell yourself, I only watch it for football tips. That content is designed to fry your attention span. It's too fast to teach anything meaningful, and it's destroying your ability to focus during matches. I even do short-form content. The thing is, I try to get you to watch my long form. Second, replace cheap dopamine with real fulfillment. Instead of scrolling, play football outside, read, pass time with your family. When you engage in activities that require sustained focus and provide genuine satisfaction, your dopamine system starts to reset. Third, reconnect with reality. Get outside, put your feet on grass or sand, get sunlight on your skin. These simple actions retrain your brain to find joy in the real world instead of artificial stimulation. Stick with these habits, and within weeks, your ability to enter flow will dramatically improve. Now, here are specific techniques to trigger flow before and during matches. Do the morning reset. Every morning, go outside and get natural sunlight. Close your eyes and just observe your thoughts for 5-20 minutes. You're not trying to shut your mind off completely. That's too hard and unnecessary. Instead, think of your mind like a river. Most people get swept away by their thoughts. But if you step out of the river and just watch it flow, you start recognizing patterns. Then do the spawning method. 1 hour before your match, find a quiet spot. Close your eyes and tell yourself, I have just spawned on Earth. Nothing exists except what is happening right now. Then shift into visualization, but not just watching yourself play well. Feel everything, the ball at your feet, your body weight is shifting, the sound of contact, the voices of teammates. See yourself executing perfectly. Now, as I said before, when you play in different roles while in flow state, pay attention to where flow happens most naturally and frequently. In which position do you enter flow easiest? Where does your brain go quiet and your body just move? Where do you feel most present, most alive, most yourself? That's your position revealing itself. Now let me introduce you to something very important, the concept of your root position. Most players think about positions too specifically. They say, I'm a left winger, or I'm a defensive midfielder, or I'm a right back. But this is too narrow. This is thinking about tactical positions, not your fundamental nature as a player. Your root position is different. It's the core area of the pitch where everything about you, your instincts, your body type, your decision-making style, your natural movements, all align perfectly. Think of it like a tree. The root position is the trunk, the central identity of who you are as a player. And from that trunk, branches extend. These branches are the tactical variations you can play depending on what your team needs. Let's say your root position is central midfielder. That's your trunk, that's your fundamental identity. But from that root, you could play as a 6, a defensive midfielder who sits deep, breaks up play, and starts attacks from the back. Or you could play as an 8, a box-to-box midfielder who covers ground, links defense to attack, and arrives in the box. Or you could play as a 10, an attacking midfielder who operates between the lines, creates chances, and gets forward. So once you've identified your route, you can start exploring the tactical variations within it. And here's a framework that will help you find the exact variation that's perfect for you. The Ikigai method for football. Ikigai is a Japanese concept for finding life's purpose, but it works perfectly for position discovery. It's based on 4 questions. What are you good at? Identify your strongest natural abilities. Are you an elite dribbler a precise passer, exceptional at reading the game defensively. Next, what do you love doing? Think about what brings you joy on the pitch. Do you love controlling tempo from deep? Does scoring goals give you the most satisfaction? Does winning tackles make you feel alive? Passion is everything. What does your team need? Consider where you can make the biggest impact. Maybe your team is desperate for a creative playmaker. Maybe they need defensive stability. Find the gap you can fill within your root position. What will get you noticed? Think strategically about visibility. Which variation of your root position will showcase your talents most effectively to coaches and scouts? But remember, the Ikigai method only works within your root position. Don't use it to contradict what your instincts have already revealed. You now have the tools. Reverse engineer your childhood instincts. Experiment intentionally in small-sided games. Track your flow state, identify your root position, and use the Ikigai method to find your perfect variation. Stop forcing yourself to be something you're not. Stop playing a position just because that's what you've always done. Find your root, play to your nature, and watch everything transform. Hit the protocol and take action.